One day I was playing in my treehouse. Then I just got a thought, why not get a dog? So I went up and asked my mom and dad, hey can I get a dog? Then guess what they said, no, I do not think you are ready, you can't even do the dishes. Then they looked at the dishes, it was stacked to the roof both sides, some were even on the floor. And to tell you, I swear I saw them moving like they were breathing. Then that night I told mom I'm going to take a walk. Is that okay? Then she said yes. Then I put on my coat and walked out the door. Then as I walked 5 blocks ahead I heard something, woof. Then it continued. Woof, woof, woof. Then I looked around and thought, what the heck is happening? Then I looked around and I found a box that said, free puppy. Then I saw a dog head peeked out of the box, woof. Then I said aw. Then I looked around and took the puppy home. One day I was playing in my treehouse. Then I just got it. Chapter 2. So I let the puppy climb into my window so my mom would not see me take him inside. Then once we got inside I said, wait, don't I need to name it? Then it nodded its head. So I said, how about Jasper? It shook its head. No, how about Puppy Dog the dog? Then it barked and shook its tail in excitement. So Puppy Dog the dog, eh? Then he said yes. Then I said, heck, he can talk? Then he said, yes, I can talk. I am a magical dog too. Then he told me a story how he was a magic dog and he would find a chosen one, and that was me, and he needed to partner up with me so him and me could slay the evil fire demon Sauna. So he said we will need better armor. Do you know where to find some? And I said there really isn't a thing called an armor store anymore. Then he said, oh, well then we need to go to another dimension. Then I said, wait, there is another dimension? Then he said there are multiple. Chapter 2. So I let the Chapter 3. Then he used a magical device called a portal maker 2000 TM. Then he summoned a portal. Let's go, he said. Then we jumped into the portal. Then we were flying in space at the speed of light 1 minute, then the next we were there. Then I saw what another dimension really looked like. Then Puppy Dog the dog said, follow me. Then he took me to a stand. And the shopkeeper said, oh Puppy Dog the dog. David. Puppy Dog the dog said. So they talked for what seemed like an hour. Then David said, so what do you need? Then Puppy Dog the dog said, armor, one for me and one him. Then David said, oh my god? You have a human with you? Yes. Puppy Dog the dog said. Then they talked for what seemed like another hour. Then he gave us our armor. Then Puppy Dog the dog said, thank you. You're welcome. David said. Then we went back to my dimension. Chapter 3. Then he used a magical device called a portal. Chapter 4. So we were back in my dimension, and we were putting our armor on. Then Puppy Dog the dog said, so next we have to travel to Australia. What? I said. We need to go get the desert key. Puppy Dog the dog said. Then I whined, okay. So we in a plane that seemed like was going to fall apart any minute. Then old lady said, who wants some peanuts? Who wants them? Then I said, oh I do. I do. Then she looked at me and said, okay, here you go honey. Then after that I ripped open the bag and started eating. Now that filled me up. I have not eaten in 2 days. I said. Then we started landing. And the speaker said we are now landing at Australia. Then everyone got out of their seats and got off the plane. Then Puppy Dog the dog said, first we can go to the visitor center. Then I said, aren't we trying to find something? Yes, we are, but we need to go there to get there. Do you understand that? Puppy Dog the dog said. Well, I guess I understand, I said. Then we walked towards the visitors, walked inside. Then he brought me forward past all the people near the bathrooms. Then he brought me in a janitor's closet right next to the bathrooms. Then I asked, why are we in a flipping janitor's closet? Then he answered, because we are going in a secret passage, that's all. Then he went behind the coats, behind the janitor's cleaning stuff, and then there was just wall. I thought there was a secret passage? I said. Well, there is, we are just going through the wall, Puppy Dog the dog said. Then I said, okay. Then he walked through the wall, then I did. And really it did go to a secret passage. Chapter 4. So we were back in my dimension, and Chapter 5. So we walked through the passage and entered what seemed like a normal room. Then I stepped on a pressure plate. Then arrows went flying. But luckily Puppy Dog the dog ran next to me and put a force field up. Then I said, wow. Real magic. Yes, real magic. Can we talk about this later? Then we went to a next room, and the other room had arrows flying and the roof falling to the floor. Then there was another pressure plate at the end of the room. So Puppy Dog the dog summoned blow dart shooter and some darts. Then he shot a dart at the pressure plate and the roof stopped falling and the arrows stopped shooting. Then we entered a room and the key was sitting on a pedestal and light was shining down to it. Then Puppy Dog the dog said, this is most obviously a trap, so I ran as fast as I could and grabbed the key. Then the ground started shaking and the roof was collapsing. Then he gave me speed boots and said, hurry. Put these on. Then I put them on and started running, and I was running at the speed of light. And we escaped the secret passage and survived. Well, time for the next key, which is in England. Chapter 5. So we walked through the passage and entered what's Chapter 6. So we hopped on the plane again that looked like it was more close to falling apart and went on our way to England. Then when we got there we heard so many car honks, honk, honk, honk. Then Puppy Dog the dog said it would be a 1,000-mile hike up that mountain over there. Then we walked and walked and walked for days. Then we reached the mountain where there was a big dojo. Then I thought, why is there a dojo in England? Then we walked inside and there was 3 ninjas training. Then there was a sensei teaching them. Then the ninja noticed us and started attacking us. But Puppy Dog the dog put up his shield and blocked them. Then the sensei yelled, stop. Then Puppy Dog the dog said, Gerald? The sensei said, yes, it's me, Gerald. Then they started talking and talked about how he needed a key and everything. And Gerald said, you're looking for the key? Follow me down into my basement. Then we walked down 100 stories. And we reached the key and Gerald said, go on, take it. Then we got the key and walked all the back to the plane. And flew towards the UK. Chapter 6. So we hopped on the plane again that looked like Chapter 7. Now we are in the UK and we started going towards a forest. Then I said, why are we going into a forest? Because we are going into a gateway from the overworld to the underworld. Then we walked into a cave and I said, is this a bear's cave? Are you trying to kill me? Then he stopped talking and we walked in and then we saw caveman drawings. Wow. Look at these. I said. Yeah, these are ancient drawings from, let's see, the Jurassic period. Then we walked and looked at the drawings until we saw a portal in the wall. Let's go. Puppy Dog the dog said. Then we walked into it. And ended up in a skeleton party. One skeleton said FF flesh. Then they all started chanting this and chased us. We ran into a corner and dug a hole and covered it with a giant boulder. Then we heard them say, where did they go? Then they all left. We got out of the hole and walked toward a beacon of light. Then we saw a house. Wait, more like a mansion. Then we looked through the window and saw Death watching TV and the light was coming from the next key. Then Puppy Dog the dog said the key. Then we went to the back window where it was open and sneaked inside. Then we grabbed the key and the light disappeared. And Death looked and yelled, hey! My key. Then he started chasing us out the door and then the skeleton saw us too and also started chasing us. Then we ran to the portal and went through. Then we ran back out of the cave and he said the next key was in